University, Punjab, India, and Purnima University, Jaipur, India, and Nexus University, South Africa, and the English Language Teacher Association of India, Jaipur chapter, and MedTech Thinking Foundations, Fazilka, Punjab, India. So I would like today's session chairperson, Ms. Kugomoso Morotola, the president of Nexus University of South Africa. So, ma'am, it's over to you, ma'am. Please.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I just want to put these. You know, sometimes these things can mess up your day. Let me put them nicely. All right. Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Humotsa Morotolo. I'm the president of Nexus University, and I'll be sharing the session today. I hope everyone is well. I hope we had a great week. You know, we've only got like one more day to go, and then our week is, basically done. Day-4 today of the session, and then we've got Dr. Ruchita Verma. She'll be our first she'll be doing our first presentation, and then the topic that we're going to focus on today is research ethics. She's going to conduct it for an hour. All right, so this is going to be an hour session. I'm quickly going to, run through her introduction, a quick experience that she has, her field, her expertise, and so forth. It's going to be short and sweet. All right, here we go. And welcome, everybody. I hope you're going to enjoy this session. Okay, Dr. Ruchita Verma serves as an assistant professor in the Department of Financial Administration at the School of Management, Central University of Punjab. With a dedication to advancing knowledge in her field, she brings a wealth of experience and expertise to her role. Her background, she holds a PhD in commerce from Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, under the supervision of Dr. Sumnidar Kaur Bawa, in accounting and finance from Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, with distinction. Dr. Verma is affiliated with prestigious organizations such as the Center of Promoting Ideas in the USA, the Indian Econometric Society, TIES in India, Commerce Association, which is called the ICA, and Indian Accounting Association, which is called the IAA. All right, and experience, she has been contributing to academia since 2011, having served as an assistant professor at institutions like your Central University of Rajasthan and Kanyamaha Vidyalaya Jalandhar before joining the Central University of Punjab in 2020. And her research focus spans the areas of finance and accounting and general management. Her interests include merger and acquisitions, cryptocurrency markets, corporate fraud, and health insurance. Okay, that's nice. And then her contributions in the research, apart from numerous publications and research projects, she has been recognized with awards like the Best Paper Award at the CIFICO International Conference on Risk Management in Banks and Financial Markets in 2020. Nice. Dr. Verma has actively participated in the international conferences, sharing her insights on topics like the impact of COVID-19 on stock markets and the dynamics of cryptocurrency market. In her research guidance, as a mentor, she has guided PhD candidates and supervised more than 30 postgraduate students. And her publications, her research work has been published in the reputable journals, showcasing her contribution to the academic community. Noteworthy publications and include articles on cryptocurrency, market anomalies, corporate governance, and the impact of COVID-19 on global financial markets. Dr. Verma has actively participated in institutional building, serving in roles such as coordinator of the Department of Commerce and contributing to various academic committees. She has delivered keynote addresses and talks on topics ranging from business ethics to good and services tax laws in India. Apart from her academic achievements, Dr. Verma has received recognitions as a subject matter expert at TC Sion, Tata Consulting Services. So this is actually our first speaker for the day. We welcome you, Dr. Ruchita Verma, and thank you so much for joining us. Everyone, welcome and enjoy today's session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me such a big introduction. Thank you so much. And today I'm going to start. I'm going to share my presentation. And before starting, I would like to say that it's really a matter of privilege for me to get a chance to start with the presentation. And since the topic was already covered in the previous day lecture, so here I would like to add not more, but the topic is very relevant in the recent context. As we all know that when we talk about the word ethics, the word ethic is not actually the term which can be taught. It is something which comes from inherent. So basically in the initial, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You are perfect audible.
Basically, when we talk about this word, this word has its origin, as ma'am has wisely said in the previous day lecture, that it is a word which is originated from the Greek word ethos, meaning person, character, or nature. But I would like to add one more thing here, that when we talk about word ethics, this word is something which has synonymous with the another term. This is what we called it as morality. Now the thing is that what come first, whether ethics come first or morality come first, or whether one should have moral value, then we can say that the person is ethically good, or one should have ethics, then we can say that the person is morally good. So always a lot of debate, discussion comes on both these two topics, that whether a person should be morally sound or ethically sound, or whether the first ethic will come or the word morality will come. So again, having a lot of discussion on these two topics, it is found that although these words come synonymously, but one should have moral value first. Once the person will have moral value, then we can say that the person is ethically good and sound. So the word morality, which was, I think in the previous day lecture, ethics was covered. In the recent, I'm going to cover about morality, which means the custom, manner, or character. Both of these two are same. Like it in an American philosopher in 1973 defined ethics as a branch of philosophy that deal with thinking about morality. Now the thing is that thinking about morality means whether we are following the ethics, or if we are following the ethics, that means we are thinking with morality, moral problem and judgment of the proper conduct. This was the first given by this person in America in philosopher 1973. So lot of discussion is there that whether ethics will come first or moral value will first come first, or one should have morality to say that person is ethically good, or one person should have ethically good, then we can say that the person is having moral value. So still we are not having any conclusion about both these two components, that whether ethics or morality. So we can say uh, in order to get the conjoint between these two, we said that both these two are synonymous. So when we talk about this word research ethics, which is the main topic of today, it is basically, we can say a complex set of values and set standard. Now, why we say it as a complex set of value? Because it vary from person to person. It vary from institution to institution. It vary from situation to situation. It varies from organization to organization. So we say that the research ethics is something which is having a complex set of values, standard, institutional scheme that help constitute and regulate scientific activity. Now, another thing here is that what is scientific activity? That means any activity which can comprises of all these components, having a complex set of values, standard, institutional scheme, or rules, regulation, which constitute and which require in order to perform that activity. That activity we called it as a scientific activity. So while the subject of the ethics is complex and has in fact generated volume of discussion at a core, ethics rest on the human and humane consideration. So despite of anything that we have so many discussion, we have so many definition, we have so many debates over this topic, still we can say that ethics is something which depend upon the human itself, which depend upon the humanitarian consideration. That means what one person think about right and wrong, what one person think about that this is good, this is bad, it varies from person to person. So but when we come up to this situation, that the research ethics, it means it is simply a complex set of values, standard, institutional scheme that will regulate any scientific activity. So these are the principle. Some of the principles were very wisely covered in the previous lecture, but here I would like to tell something about more about this in context of principle of research ethics. When we talk about this principle, these are the something which lays a foundation of the particular topic. And the four main principle which when I studied this concept of ethics in research in social science, I find out that for these two, although we have so many principle, but according to my thought, my opinion, I found that these four are more relevant in context of ethics in the social science research. First one is, now what this principle says that the participant, that the participant should not feel like that they are not actually only a medium to get response by the researcher. That means the research, the boundary of the research, the scheme of the research, anything about the research, that should not go beyond the participant. That should respect the participant. That should feel like that the participant should not feel differentiation between the what the researcher is doing and what participant is going to give. So it should be like it should not go with the researcher side only, it should go with the participant side. And the second one is principle of beneficence. That means generally what we do, why we conduct research, we conduct research because the researcher want to conduct something, researcher want to get some output, that means the researcher will perform any research. They never think about that what benefit the participant will get. So here the another principle which I think that is most beneficial for the research ethics is that what benefit a participant can get out of that particular research. That means it should go for the benefit of the society at large, not only for the participant. Firstly, it should think about the benefit the researcher will get, the benefit the participant will get, and at the large, it should always focus upon what society will get at large from that particular research. That is very much beneficial. That means it should not go against the society at large, rather it should be beneficial for the society at large. This is the second principle. And third one is principle of autonomy. This is very much important. Suppose if I am going to get response from any person for my research, if I am not giving the complete freedom to the person, complete autonomy to the person to respond to my research will not bring any benefit out of that. That means I should give complete autonomy to the person whom I am selecting as my sample unit. That from that person, if I am going to get any response, I should give that person complete autonomy, that you can respond in any way as you want. That's a third main principle is the principle of autonomy, and the last one is principle of justice. Again, this is somewhat similar to the second one principle, that it should do justice with all. And that means when we talk about all, that means public at large. It should not only specific to the particular segment of the society, rather it should be for the benefit of the society at large, which will include the benefit of the researcher, which will include the benefit of the participant, which will include the benefit of the companies, which will include the benefit of the government. So it should do benefit, it should go for the benefit of all. That means it should be justifiable for the public at large in the economy. So these are the four main principles. If these are followed in any type of research, and specifically in social science research, then we can say that our research is going into the good direction. That means I am doing research ethically in the society. Next is some more principle. You can say that although both these two principles are related with these four main components, that means we should respect for the individual, we should respect for the group and institution. If I am not giving respect to the individual, if I am not giving respect to the group and institution, that means there may be more chances of doing the research or doing any activity which may be not be regarded as an ethical activity. So if I am giving respect to the individual, if I am giving respect to the group, if I am giving respect to the institution, if I am giving respect to the participant, if I am giving respect to my surrounding person who are going to help me in research, then there is a more chances that I am doing my research ethically. So all these four constituent of basic research, we can say, are significantly associated this one word, that is what we called it as respect. That means when we have respect for the other, then there is a more chance that we will do our work more ethically. When we don't have this word respect, then there is a more chances that we are not going to do our activity in a good way. Now, these are the certain fundamental questions that every researcher must ask. These questions are not given by me. When I was going through the books on the research ethics, I found that some questions are there which we can take in the form of a research questions, or which we can take it in the form of some checklist, which we can take it in the form of some prerequisite which a person should follow before doing any research, so that we should set our own boundary of ethical guidelines, so that our work will be into the category of the ethical research. First one is that what moral principle guide your research. This is very much important. Again, what I said, the word morality will go side by side. If I will say ethics is nothing without morality, and morality is nothing without ethics. So what moral principle guide my research? This is very much important. This I need to identify before doing any research, that what are the moral principle guide my research. Generally, what will happen when we go for any type of research in the social science, what we do, we will see that that this is my area of research, this is my research interest, this is the available data, this is the available technique which I can use, and I will get data, I will apply technique, I will get the result, and I will summarize analysis and interpretation and send it for the publication. But generally, we don't think about that what moral principle is guiding my research. This is a very much important consideration. If I, before starting of the research, I will think that what are the moral principle which are actually going to guide my research, definitely it will add more value in terms of morality and ethical aspect, and my research will be more acceptable to the society at large. Second one is, how do ethical issue influence selection of research problem? Again, ethical issues. That issues were very wisely explained by the madam in the previous day lecture. There are so many ethical issues. These ethical issues may be dilemma of the researcher, maybe the acceptance on the part of society, maybe the informed consent, maybe anything. There are so many ethical issues which are actually going to drive the selection of the research problem. That means there are so many driver. And another thing in this case is, some issues may be positively affecting my research problem, some issues may negatively affect my research problem. It also vary from person to person, from researcher to researcher. So I need to decide that what are the ethical influences which are positively contributing toward my selection of research problem, and what are the ethical issues which are going to negatively affect the selection of the research problem. So I had to make the balance between these two, and I should select that research problem which is mainly oriented by the positive aspect of the ethics. And the third one is, how do ethical issue affect conduct of research, like the sampling design, sampling procedure, research design, selection of a sample unit, who will be my respondent, from where I will select my respondent. So all these questions will come into the third one category. Again, I need to look into the consideration of the ethical issues which are already explained by the madam in the previous day lecture, that mainly in this case is the dilemma of the researcher itself. is the main problem here, that we will see that whatever we are selecting, whether that is good or bad, that is okay or not, what I will get, how I will get, whether that will be relevant to the my research problem or not. So many ethical consent will be there. So I will try to make the balance between these ethical issues whenever I am going to get the answer for all these questions. And the next is, what responsibility I have toward my research subject. This is very much important. This I can say, I can very widely or relate with the respect, that what kind of respect, responsibility I owe toward my own subject. Like which subject I am feeling more close to my heart, the subject, the thing which is more close to me, I will always try to do more justification with that. The thing which is more far to me, I will be little negligent about that. So I will try to see what research subject is more close to me, what responsibility I owe toward that research subject. Accordingly, I will try to do the research in that particular area. And another thing is, what ethical issues, overall dilemmas will come into the whenever I am going to get publish my research finding. Again, I will have certain issues, like there are so many journals, there are so many uh, authorities, there are so many areas where I can get my research paper publication. So again, I will have dilemma that what I should go for, that whether it should be in a referred journal or more Web of Science or in Scopus. So again, I will have that some question will be there in the selection of that particular category, and that is also going to play a very good role in deciding about my research. And will your research directly benefit those who are participant in the study? This is the main consent which I started from the very beginning, that our research should be one which should focus upon the benefit of the society at large, for the justice of the society at large. Whether so, these are the some fundamental questions or the research ethics we should plan out before carrying any research. If we will get the answer for all these things, that means there is a more chances of doing the research more ethically, and there will be less chances of unethical practices in that. So research ethics applies to so many things here, like selection of topic, literature review, framing a questionnaire, design, methodology, data collection, storage, handling, analysis, writing a paper. These are the things where from that mean from the initiating, starting of the foundation for the search till the publication of the research, there are ethics which will apply from the beginning till end. Okay, now when we talk about this ethics, now the another one question arises, that how many we have so many researcher in the society. We have so many publications carrying over, like as it is shown in the research. This is the report by the Chicago publication, which shown that we all can see very well that these are the top 7 countries in which the research paper published from 1996 to 2022. There are so many documents which are published, and we can see that the US is at the rank first, China rank 2, UK rank 3, and the India is at 7th point. So what is happening here, that we can see that the percentage of document which are citable, like these are the total document in the first column, in the third one column, which are published over a period of time, and the citable document is there, and the H index is also there. What we found in that we can see that what kind of growth is happening in this, that the number of publications are increasing day by day. This is from data from 1996 to 2022, and this is the only the data for the year 2022. So here we can see that the position of the, when we see at look at this, US is at the top position, whereas when we look at the another one side, we found that China is at the top. As far as the year 2022 is concerned, the total number of publication got increased to this, and the citable document and the H index is more high as compared to other state. US got the second rank, and India's position is improved as far as the other countries are concerned. So India got the third rank as far as the year 2020. Now the main concern is this. Here I would like to tell you that there are so many publications, there are so many citations, there is this high H index. So are these research papers are really published in ethical manner? Are these questions checklist were really followed by the researcher over a period of time? So it is a matter of great concern for this, that when the volume is increasing with such a great pace, the more chances of there will be a problem of plagiarism and academic integrity. That means if volume is going to be so high, everybody is in a hurry to get more publications, so that have more API, so that have good position, like more promotion and all. So the chances of that that how ethically we will do our research, that will be questionable. So here come the role of this, like the UGC regulation, which has given for the academic integrity and plagiarism. So I will not touch more about this because this is a topic of discussion for the next speaker. But here I would like to tell you that ethics we will be more good when we will have less stress, or less you can say less you can say that running behind the promotion. And because everything is related with this, how many publication you have, how many scopus publication, what rating you will have, what API you will have, then you will have more promotion, then you will get more grade. So that means the kind of thing is there on every person who is in the academic domain. So the chances of doing the research in ethically will be a more questionable. So here what we can do, that plagiarism will be the more problem. Academic integrity, we have to maintain that these issue we can have in that scenario. So the main thing, how we can avoid this, how we can avoid this plagiarism, how we can maintain academic integrity to maintain awareness, to get create more awareness about the responsible conduct of the research, thesis, dissertation. Why I'm doing this? Because I know that in this participant, some research scholars, some MCOM students are also there. Faculty might be more aware about all these things, but I'm covering all these things because these are the starting, the MCOM and the PhD student. They are actually doing the research, so they should know that thesis, dissertation, etc. That all these should be free from the plagiarism. And institution, the main role is of the institution to create awareness among the students, so that they can avoid all these things and they can do their work ethically. So another objective is to establish the institutional mechanism through the education and training to facilitate responsible conduct of research, dissertation, promote academic integrity, and deterrence to the plagiarism. And third one is to develop system of detect plagiarism. And for detection, this is very much, so as we all know that we have so many software nowadays. We have original, we have Turnitin, we have Drillbit, we have so many like mechanism nowadays to check out whether how much plagiarism is there, so that accordingly we can rectify that. This is about the similarity check for the exclusion from the plagiarism. There are something like all references, bibliography, table of content, preface, acknowledgement should be acknowledged there. Any work quotation that should be there in that should be duly recognized, so that will be excluded from the category of the plagiarism. So these are the level of plagiarism: level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Level 0 comes under the category of plagiarism up to 10%. That means minor similarity, there will be no penalty. Level 1, similarity up to 10 to 40%. Level 2, similarity above 40 to 60%. Similarity above 60. So no penalty is only in case of one, and as far as the level 1, 2, 3 is concerned. In that case, we can see that what kind of penalty will be there, what can be done. Everybody should know these things, so that we can avoid these things and we can do our work ethically. Like this is again detection, reporting, handling of the plagiarism. This is mainly we have departmental academic integrity panel is there, which is constitutive, which will look into the matter of all these things, and they will suggest, they will tell us how we can check what is the level, how we can improve, how we can remove the duplication of the work, so that plagiarism can be avoided. This is about the panel. All departmental higher education institution will notify one departmental academic integrity panel. There will be one chairman, member, senior academician from outside the department to be nominated by the head of the higher education institution. Member, a person well versed with the anti-plagiarism tool to be nominated by the head of the department, and the tenure of the member in respect of point B and C shall be 2 years, and the quorum for the meeting will be this committee will set according to the cases, and they will tell that what is the kind of plagiarism is found and what can be done in particular situation, what category they will lie, and how they can remove this problem. And moreover, this committee also give guideline time to time, which will be followed by the higher education institution to maintain the research integrity, and they can avoid plagiarism. Higher education institution will notify the one institutional academic integrity panel. This will be under the higher education integrity panel. There will be one chairperson, one member, senior member, and a member nominated by the anti-plagiarism. Again, the chairman of DAIP and IAIP shall not be the same, and the tenure of the committee will be, including the chairman, shall be of 3 years. The penalties can be imposed depending upon the level of plagiarism, and in case of plagiarism, penalty can be imposed upon the student pursuing the studies at the master level also. So that means we can say now it is not only limited to the PhD student and the researcher. Even those who are doing the research at a MCOM level, they are not free from the penalty. And penalty can be imposed on the researcher, faculty, staff of the higher education institution for doing any academic misconduct on the part of the individual. And so that means we should do research to defend our research work from any category of penalty. This is the penalty in case of plagiarism, submission of thesis and dissertation. The detail that how we will check this level of plagiarism will be carried in the next session. This is only the theoretical part which I am going to cover, like similarity up to 10%, no penalty. Similarity 10 to 50%, 10 to 40%. They are supposed to submit the revised manuscript. Similarity above 40 to 60%, student can be debarred from period of 1 year. Similarity level 3, similarity above 60%, such student registration for the program shall be cancelled. Depending upon the situation, the penalties are there which can be imposed, and every student or the researcher should know so that they can avoid these mistakes. And certain notes are there. If penalty is repeated, in the case of a higher level education, then in that case, again, these cases will be reported to the integrated panel of the reporting authority which are constituted, and they will have strict action against that particular person. These are the for the research publication. What are the situation for the research publication? In the previous slide, I talk about the scenario for the thesis. This is for the research publication. That mean in case similarity is there up to 10% similarity, no penalty. Then 10 to 40%, the person can be asked to withdraw their manuscript from the publication. Level 2 similarity above 40 to 60% shall be asked to withdraw manuscript, shall be denied to write 1-2 annual increment, and shall not be allowed to supervise any PhD or master and MPhil degree. And again, they can be even allowed to depart from doing any research activity for a period of 3 years. These are again the different cases. In the slide notes are there. These basically talk about that what could be happen if the research is not including any kind of duplication, plagiarism is there, then these are the penalties which will be imposed. These are the certain real cases which were reported in the past. So the main thing which I would like to tell you here, that whatever we are doing under the category of research, that should be carried with the sense of responsibility, with the sense of respect, so that there should not be any unethical behavior in that. So that there should not be any unethical behavior in that. Means if we will not do any activity in an ethical way with our responsible behavior, so there will be more chances of violation of the ethical issue. So these are the some cases which I would like to bring into the notice of our participant. What happened in these cases? This was the one cases of one faculty member of the university. And he published innumerable paper, like in the innumerable publication, like in the some books. John Talent 1989 in accusing him for, and the person accused him for giving a false and misleading information regarding the site of discovery of fossils. The most deliberate of these violations was obtaining museum and academic establishment and then claiming to have found them in Himalayas. That means what this person did, he said that some fossils were obtained from the shop, museum, and academic establishment, but the person claimed that I got it from the Himalaya. And he took talent 9 long years to unearth this scandal. That means everybody believed that what this person is, although that was not true, that person behaved unethically. He said that he got this from Himalaya, but that was not actually from Himalaya. And later on, when the fact was verified over a period of 9 years, and that subsequently that person was removed or dismissed from the post of director of the institute. Here, I would not take the name of that person. Maybe some participant among all this may be aware about this case, that that person belonged to a good institution from a good university, and because of this, and you can see that how much period is involved in this case. Period of 9 years. After the expiry of 9 years, that this case was exposed, that whatever this person was claiming, that is not was immediately removed from the post of that particular penalty is imposed. And we can see that even if we do any unethical behavior in the present time, it may be discovered over a period of 9 years, 10 years, and even after that, and we will get penalty for that. This is another case of, again, we can say unethical behavior. And one faculty member 70 articles for 7. You just see the tenure only from the year 2003 to 2000, the 70 article. Just see, those are teens, those are 70 article. He just wrote by downloading article from the internet. Then you can imagine what this person has did. 70 article in such a short tenure, he just download from the internet, editing, change, and got it published. And later on, when misconduct was came, and official that the manuscript submission was plagiarized, falsified, and but professor claimed that he used some advanced equipment which were not available at the university, and when the news was final that he has mistake, again he was removed from the position of the university immediately. So you can see that the thing is, I imagine that some kind of pressure is there on the big community to get more publications, so that more promotion, or maybe sometime that a big crowd is following some unethical practices, so that other may also go behind that crowd. There may be more chances. But what I would like to tell you here, that even if we do in the present time, the chances that when it will be exposed, we will have heavy penalty. So rather we maintain the respect, responsibility integrated toward our own research activity. Otherwise, it may be wrong in future for ourselves. Another one real case of our, this is from Indian Institute of Toxical Research, have been declared this that about 130 paper published in peer-reviewed journal by a scientist declared to be a problematic. A chief scientist from the institute is involved in 40 such paper. In the Pubber report, about 35 paper published from CSIR, Central Drug Research Institute, have images that have been manipulated and or duplicated. You can just see that out of 130 paper published in a peer-reviewed journal, out of you can see that 35 paper were manipulated and duplicated. and the report confirmed that 37 papers were completely manipulated and duplicated by the image of CSIR, Indian Institute of Chemical Biology. And again, this person who did this activity, that was immediately removed, and that was questioned about this kind of manipulated activity. Maybe at the time when the person did all these activity, he got promoted, he got so many good position, administrative position in the institute also. But when this person, this case will be completely came into the notice of the authority, definitely that was punished and immediately removed from the position or designation. So research ethics is very much important. We need to follow at every stage, whether it is a objective formulation, hypothesis formulation, or the research design methodology, or writing a report, or sending it for publication. Even a small mistake at any step can have a large amount of penalty for us. So you can say it is my humble submission to all of us, that whenever we are doing any research activity, we should follow a sense of ethics for our research activity, so that if the thing is here, if one will follow, other will follow. Because generally we can say that all humans are like a follower. So what we can see, if one will follow, sometime it happened that one may say that why I should, if others, a big crowd is doing a wrong activity, why we should not follow that crowd. But the thing is, if one will do work ethically, other will try to follow that person sooner or later. So I can owe responsibility for myself only, so that whatever research activity I will do it ethically. So other, maybe the chance that they will follow, and we can maintain the higher standard of research in research ethics. So the all four principles which I said in the very beginning, that malfeasance, autonomy, justice, and participant, so all these will be fulfilled only with just one word, that is respect toward individual, respect toward word, respect toward society, respect toward institution. So when I have respect for all, definitely I will do all my activity with a sense of care, with a sense of love, with a sense of caution. So this, in such kind of scenario, definitely my work will be a ethical work having a good moral value, and I can contribute toward research, toward the society at large. So with this, these are the references of my work, from where I took the thing which I included in my presentation. And if anybody who want to ask any question or discussion, so we can have little bit of that. Yes, please, anybody?
Ma'am, your session is
Yes,
very
anybody?
wonderful and informative. Dear participant, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Margaret, okay, you can open your mic. Just 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah, I permitted to all the participants to unmute your mic yourself. Yes. Now you can unmute your mic, please.
Okay. Thank you, Mom, for the presentation. It was very enlightening. I have two questions, ma'am. This issue of ethics, now you are talking about human participants. They should have respect for humans when you have humans that are participants in your research. But is it really an issue when you are using secondary data? I want to ask if somebody can have issue with ethics when your research is based on the secondary data. And the second one, Ma, from your own research experience, and I want to believe you have been using secondary data in your research. Have you had any issue with ethics? Maybe you would like to share with us your practical experience. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you so much for a wonderful question. Very rightly said that when we talk about this quantitative data, suppose if data is already available, so what kind of respect I can have for that kind of data? Suppose if data is already available at my own disposal, I can only use that data for the sake of analysis. In that case, data is already with the database. What I can do in that data, I can simply will take the data, I will analyze with any technique, and I will get send it for the publication. So the main thing in this case is I can't do much with the data which is already published, but I need to see with my question size that whatever data is available, whether that data is available from the authentic site, whether that database is widely recognized or not, because since nowadays in the social science research we have so many databases which are already available. So what we can do here, we can just see that whether that database or the quantitative data which we are going to use, the place, the origination of that data, whether that is widely acceptable, recognized by any authority, institution or not. So we should get data only from that place. This is my query. This is my answer. As far as the second question is concerned, I can share one thing with you. One of my colleague, she was working when I was in my previous institution in the Central University of Rajasthan. So my colleague was there. She used to get some article for review. Like she was a reviewer of some journal. So whenever any article of her interest was there, she got as a reviewer of that. And she said that she was also doing PDF at that time also. So she shared the experience of her faculty member, and she said that whenever my supervisor of the PDF degree is there, she got some article for review. She used to keep it for a desk for a long period of time. So I asked why she keep this research paper for a long period of time. Then she said that they means they try to look that research paper from different angle. Different angle, like they see that whether that research paper is really contributing to the society or not, whether that data is reliable or not, whether that research paper is really contributing to the society or not. That mean that guide has its own checklist, own parameters she has made, and after he she found that this research paper is really meeting all these criteria, then only she accepted for the publication. But at the same time, she said that another person was there in the department, but whatsoever research paper that person was getting for review, they immediately accepted for the publication without recognizing anything, whether that is okay or not, whether the techniques are okay or not, whether this research paper is contributing to the society or not. Just see the difference. One lady is doing the research very ethically. That means he is evaluating the research paper from various angles. Then he said whether this paper should be published or not. At the same time, another person is there who is just getting the research paper for the review. At the last date of the review, he is simply giving the answer that accepted it for publication. So you can evaluate. This kind of cases are happening in the society at large, that we are looking by ourselves that such kind of unethical practices are also going. So this is one of my experience which I am sharing with you, which I got to know from my fellow friend, that this kind of reviewer activities are there which are also unethical, and which should not be followed.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Verma, for that. Any questions? Any more questions?
Yes, I have one question.
Okay, we've got Tijani. Tijani, yes, you can go ahead. Thank you.
Ma'am, can I ask you one question? Ruchita,
Yes,
ma'am.
please. Yes, please.
Ma'am, actually, I belongs to one of the state university in Gujarat. So this is my personal observations that when we talk about specifically in law, that is faculty of law, and majority the Supreme Court judgment, High Court judgment, the same data is available. So how this plagiarism issues can be sought out in that case, ma'am? because they have make some judgments from the that High Court or Supreme Court, and having base from this judgment, and they go for further studies. So whenever they put these things, and the plagiarism might came into the picture, ma'am.
Hmm. Yes, your question is very relevant, because whatsoever observation or recommendation is given by the any court, that should be as it is given by the court. This is very much true. So in that case, this we can the only thing in this case is we can put whatsoever observation or recommendation by the court into the quoted. Quote means we can put that figure into the quoted from the both side, and our techniques of the tools of this plagiarism test, they will immediately automatically exclude the quoted text. So whatever recommendation is given by the court, we can simply put it into the two quotes. So when we will put it into the two quotes, our plagiarism tools, which are recognized by our authorities, that will immediately automatically exclude that quoted text out of the plagiarism. So we need not to alter that recommendation, whatsoever recommendation is given by the court. We simply do this activity, we will put into the code, and our plagiarism tool will automatically exclude that from the code, and we need not to worry, because we should not change the recommendation of the code.
Thank you.
Got it,
Thank you
ma'am.
so
Thank you.
much. Thank you. Thank you, Tijani. Any more questions?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you for this wonderful presentation. It is indeed an rich and insightful presentation. So I want to have a more clarification on the issue of plagiarism. Is there any accepted plagiarism level globally, or it depends on institution? This is my question.
As far as this limit is concerned, I and you as only a major stakeholder of this limit is being decided by some other authorities, that what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. So in most of the cases, it is written that 10% of the similarity index is no penalty. That means we can imagine as a stakeholder that if the 10% limit is there, then we are free from any kind of penalty. But as far as my opinion is concerned, we should try to maintain at only one digit. Like we should not go to the two digit, like 10%, 11%. We should try to maintain this limit only up to one digit. So this I recommend you that whenever you are doing any research, try to maintain it to one digit.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Verma. Any more questions? We move on to the next session. Any more questions? All right. Okay. I think everyone is clear. Everyone is clued up. And thank you so much, Dr. Verma. Very, very informative session. We thank you so much. And on behalf of all the participants and the university, we'll just like to show you, that we honor your presence. And we just want to say thank you. And then this is a token of our appreciation from all the university and partners, as well as the participants. Okay, this is acknowledged and honored. At the International Faculty, yes, at the International Faculty Program on Advanced Research. So we'd like to thank you so much for all your dedication, your hard work, and giving yourself time to teach, on this topic of research ethics. Thank you so very, very much, Dr. Verma. Highly appreciated. On behalf of all the universities, I'm Komoto Morotolo from the Nexus Universities, in collaboration with all the universities. Would just like to say thank you so much. And from all the participants, thank you so much. A great day to you. Thank you.